Bank holiday Monday. We're over at Collins at the minute. We're on the fields that we've just put some muck on, and we just want to pull the wheelings out. So got the Cultimax on. Winter barley going here, if we can get some moisture in a seedbed and all the rest of it. So anyway, you can see where up and down the muck spreaders have been. They pulled just where the muck spreaders ride. They're heavy tools. We're just going to pull everything out. We've got one field next door, that's called Miles's. We've got this one here, it's called Hayrick Field. It won't take us very long. We've got the Cultimax on, we've been through it this morning. Back on the 7S, Davo was using it. He was out topping with it. Anyway, you got to make sure you take an airline with you, because it's an old machine. It wasn't new to us. It was new to us, but it was, it's an old machine. We did a load of tines on it. It's in good working order now, but every time you come to it, there's always a tyre down or something like that. So you always want to bring airline with you. If you've got airline on the tractor, it's just easy. We'll unfold it in just a minute. You've got to take the spacers out of the wings and the up and down just to pump the air out of the hydraulics. And we spent a good few days trying to figure that out, not last year but the year before, and then somebody in the comments said remove all the spacers and then cycle the hydraulics, and yeah, that did the trick. So there you go. If you're where you've got your spacers in all the time, when you leave it over for a long period of time, it builds some air up, and it acts like it can't get rid of the air out the pipes. So you have to take all the spacers out, and then it will get rid of it then. It's got leveling paddles at the front. These are leveling paddles. We're not using them today, but I want as many tines in the floor as deep as I can pull them, just to get the compaction out of the floor. So and it's got these are manual ones, so you have to screw these in. But Keithy does all that when he makes me a seedbed just before we go drilling. So yeah, it's a nice tool. It does a nice job. Yeah, we didn't want to buy a brand new one, just in case it wasn't going to do the work that we thought it might do, and it has done. It's done a lovely, it makes us a lovely seedbed, especially in the spring when you've got cultivated land that's winterized, and then you go straight in over top with this. Anyway, I'll show you how we unfold it. At 8 meters, it's not going to take us a great deal of time. So it's got 3 spools, one's for up and down. My windows are filthy. Before we go drilling, we are cleaning the tractor off. 3 spools, one to unfold, one to go up and down, and then another one for the front paddles, just to level the top off. We've been around it, greased all the bearings, greased all the wheel bearings, greased all the, done the tyre pressures and everything else. So this year it stayed in the dry, so yeah, it's a special treatment. I'm trying to work out whether the wings go in float. Got to, haven't they? I don't want to be on my drill line. My drill line is where the muck spreaders have ran. So we're going to be slightly off the drill line. That will make it easier for me on the drill when I can see, but this year I don't think we're going to have a problem with that, with everything being so dry. It has been dry now for as long as we can remember. The headlands are all dying off again. It is desperate times at the minute. But they are promising us some rain this week. We need some moisture into the seedbed now before we can make the seedbed. We want to get a good kill on germination on weed seeds. You can see a chit on just you can see stuff growing. You can't hardly believe it, but there is stuff growing in the field there where after Keithy's cultivating. Keithy's out there cultivating at the moment. He's done most of the cultivations. We've run the disc and the press. It's done a lovely job. We're really chuffed with that. So anyway, I'm going to get myself set up here. We're going to go up and down all the way across, and then we will I want to come out afterwards and mark me boundaries. We could use, if I had my field boundaries in for this field, we could use the auto turn across the field backwards and forwards. That's more than possible with this machine. But I haven't done my boundaries, and I want them to be accurate for the drill this time, so I'm going to do them while I'm drilling. After I've done them with the drill once, I shouldn't have to ever do them again. Yeah, I've got a front box on. That's Keithy's front box. I don't really like carrying the ones that stick out like that, but it's got the airline in if I need it, and it's got a few bits and pieces there. So anyway, let me just make a line, and then we're gonna go up one, miss one, so we don't have to turn so tight on ourselves, and then we'll go round at the end 2 or 3 times at the end to finish off. And we're going to finish off in this field over here. Right, I think we're set pretty nice. You will know if you're too deep, because you'll just start breaking tight. So at the end we will be picking it up, turning around, and then we'll, on the final pass, we'll go round and round. But I don't know, what's that? I want to be going about 8 or 9, I would have thought. Something like that. That looks a bit better. Right, there we go. Anyway, I get to do a bit of cultivating for once. It's usually Keithy on the cultivator. So yeah, it's going to be nice actually. Come to the end, lift her up. I need 2 hands for this, mate. Watch we don't stick it in the edge, Matthew, yeah? Bloody hell. Miss a pass. Stick her back down. Yeah, you sort of need 2 hands to do everything, but Keithy uses this the most. This is my first go on it. This is as much as I've done. Robbo's done more on this thing than I have. So, oh, Keithy swears by the paddles. You know, he says they do a good job. But you soon cover some ground with this thing, and you know, this is only 180 horsepower tractor, but we are pre-cultivated land. It's a finishing tool, you know. That's what it's predominantly used for, is to get a seedbed ready for you know, winter drilling or spring drilling. We were trying to get away from using the power harrow, because it's such a big heavy tool, but the power harrow will get you a seedbed even in dry conditions like this. So there's a couple of fields here going up into grass. They are wet fields, they don't perform, so they are going to be put into some ryegrass lays for some extra silage next year, so we've got enough for the cows. So those are going to be power harrowed tomorrow, I believe. Farmer said he's going to put the power harrow on and come up and have a little look, see if we can get a seedbed ready for those. We were going to put grass in by the farm there, but I think he's changed his mind on that a little bit. So yeah, so I think that's going to go into winter wheat. These things always change, everything. I don't ever listen till the day we're drilling, because the plans always change. So anyway, dusty out there. So we're coming up to the end. I'll quickly show you one more, and then we'll move on to something else while I get these done. If I had my field boundary in, the tractor would start turning itself around now. You can have it do the hydraulic work as well. You incorporate the headland management into that as well, and it will pick the cultivator up, turn around, grab a line, and put the machine down for you as well. But if I'm honest, it's being a bit lazy doing that. And the other day we had the headland going, and Andy he keeps telling me he wants to send me a guidance man, which I would learn something. You know, I'd love to speak to someone, because you can always learn something off these guys, and I don't know everything. And we went out topping, and the tractor did the entire field. We put a boundary around it, so it did the boundary work as well. It was the boundary stuff is the most important to me on those days drilling where we can't see the mark, but the tractor knows where it should be. Oh, that is going to be bliss to me. But the U-turn stuff, we did a 60-acre field. We were mulching down some set aside, before we cultivate it in, and yeah, brilliant. It did every single pass perfect, unbelievable, and the headland work. I could not tell you how bored I was. I don't know. I think it's definitely got its place. It was damn near like a robot. Old Darren was telling me they're going to look at a robot that, you know, you just put in the field and it knows its boundary lines, and it knows its you know, it's bits and pieces to watch out for, and it just goes and cultivates and whatnot. We've seen them before, we've seen them at the shows, you know. I think that is going to be a more common sight, if I'm honest. So yeah, but this thing is damn near like a robot now. You just got to be here present while it does it. So yeah, very impressive. Really, I really like it, but it does make the day boring. So I like just being included in the turnaround. Anyway, this is a nice job. When it's dry like this, easy. The only thing you got to worry about is broken tines, and yeah, easy work. So I know it won't pick it up on the camera. It's hard to pick it out by eye, you know, your lines and whatnot. But you just sort of look back at where it's sort of filling in. Does I've got to close the window, but the old dust soon starts creeping in. But this tool does such a nice job. We're not using any leveling boards at the minute. They're all both right out of the ground. We just want the compaction out of the ground, so we just got the tines in there, basically just, you know, loosening it all up. When Keithy comes through to do the pass before the drill, and this might not even have it, this might be all it gets this time, we might just drill into it. If we get a bit of moisture and conditions are right, we might just drill into what we got and save another pass, you know, save a bit of fuel, save another pass. As long as I can see my mark, it won't matter. But it just does a lovely job. The disc and the press left it quite nice, very nice in fact. Hang on, I've got to turn around. But you can't see where we've been with the spreaders no more, which is what we wanted. I'm off my drill line as well, just in case we didn't come back. We keep looking at our machine, checking things over, make sure nothing's coming apart, make sure nothing's, and there's a lot to look at on this thing. You got your wheels. We had a bearing, Davo had a bearing go on him last year, and the wheel damn near, one of the wheels at the back damn near fell off on him. But we got that sorted out. And there's one pin on this thing that I can see is worn on the wings there, but yes, it's one of those jobs you sort of just put off until it needs doing, if you know what I mean. We just switched fields. This is one we're going to knock down for grass. It's been disked and pressed, and we want to put a ryegrass in it. This is a relatively new idea, so yeah, we've got to start breaking down the soil. Anyway, we put some, we don't want to go with grass seed, you don't want to be going so deep, and you want to leave it level. So we just adjusted our front paddles only a tiny bit, and you literally just want to brush the top of the soil with them. We haven't adjusted the back ones just because farmers are going to come through with a power harrow before we come and seed, so that will do most of the leveling anyway. But it is just leaving the field a little bit leveler, a little bit finer till, and yeah, it's rough in here, so we're down a gear, but it's doing a nice job, so we're going to stay with it. We got the machine here, we got the tractor here, so yes, I think farmer's on about coming through tomorrow or the next day with the power harrow as well, so we just thought, you know, it's going to you know, the finer you can get it, the leveler you can get it, the better job it'll be at the end. So whereas we were pulling our markers, our wheelings out, we've now reduced the depth a bit, so I've added some shims into the rams there. That controls the height of the machine, how deep you have it. So we just put a shim in there, and yeah, she's pretty rough in here, so she's gonna, I think it's gonna do a job. Just another pass before the power harrow. The power harrow do the majority of the work, you know, sort of force it with a power harrow to knock it all down, and then hopefully it gets a little rain on it, and then we can drill it in the next couple of weeks for grass. I am looking forward to getting the drill on. So I'm going to order my camera that fits in the back of this screen. You take the back panel out, and then you can get it from SpareX. It's it's £10 for the harness and £100 for the camera. So I'm going to get that ordered and get that here. So we've got we can put our, I don't know what this is on at the minute, but we can put our seed tank on one screen, our guidance on the other, and there'll be a seed box as well to control the drill as well. So anyway, yeah, it's doing a nice job. It'll leave a level finish end of the day. It's no grass seed bed, but with a run through with the power harrow, we'll get that knocked down, and then hopefully with a bit of weather on top, we can maybe get a chance to knock it down once more before we drill it. Certainly wasn't going to be a job for a discorator this year, no way. So anyway, while we're here, it's early day. We're finished here for the day. It's bank holiday, everyone's gone home, so I'm going to take 5 minutes. I can't do fields like this where they've got a headland one side and no headland the other side. But for the other fields, we are just going to record the boundaries, and it just means I ain't got to do it whilst I'm drilling. These ones I'll have to do it at the same time that I'm drilling as well. So whether I can do whether or not I get it right or not is another thing, but we'll certainly get, there's 2 fields here with headlands all the way around, we can do that. And we haven't got to be super accurate with it. We've only got to be accurate within the shape of the field, because we can always move the line once we're inside the field, you see. So if we're doing headland work, we can literally put the tractor anywhere with our drill settings and whatnot. It will literally just, you know, you just center it wherever you want and it will drill that shape of the field, no problem. I think that might be our last hot spell. We've got some grass we've got to mow, we've got to go and do it. I think the baler is due back this week, so we'll have a look at that when it comes back. I'll quickly just show you, I've just added a field. I've done that on my way over here. Basically, we're going to use the center of the tractor as our marker. We're going to use our wheel to follow the contour of the field all the way around, and it will be perfect. We're adding something. We've just added a field, so you go to your fields, and this is our railway field. It hasn't got a boundary yet, so we press OK on that. Then we're going to add a boundary. We're going to use the center of the tractor. That will put our boundary out here, but it's fine because we can shift it wherever we want, as long as the shape of the field is the same. We can still use it as a guideline for drilling or whatnot. We press OK. We press record. When you get yourself into the right position, then we start recording. And now I need to do this. So I'm using the middle part of the mudguard to draw it out with. And even on our first pass of the drill, we should be able to use the guidance line that we're creating now. We just simply plonk the drill down tight to the edge of the field, and we should be able to use it, and we'll see when it comes to it. And when you put all your tractor's implement into the screen and how far back it is and what the working area is, it overcompensates the steering. So when it's steering on a on a curve or whatnot, it will adjust it so that the implement is not overlapping too much or underlapping too much. So it's very, very clever, just like that. Anyway, very simple. I'm going to be doing this for the next few fields. We'll get them added in and we'll see if we can drill around the fields with guidance.